So, to kick it off, welcome back to the Pierce Dispatch. I am here with Division Chief John from Little Rock Fire Department in Arkansas. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And what brought you into Pierce this week?
We are looking at 4 fire engines and a ladder truck, a tower that we're getting. So we're here to inspect it to make sure it's what we had spec'd for.
Absolutely. And so we were talking a little bit before the cameras started rolling about what your fleet looks like now and what you're striving for going forward. Can you talk to me about what that looks like in terms of consistency?
So what we're looking at is trying to have a streamlined system. We used to have a 2-stage pumps, and we're moving to single stage. And so in that transition, we are looking at also doing the mid-mount pump trucks. So our towers are a little bit different than what we've had. So moving to some of the technology and also things that we're seeing are more efficient. The modern firefighter wants more modernization than what we used to have. And so the single stage has helped to reduce some of the confusion on that, as well as moving from a ladder truck that has more features on it that are easier to set up quicker. So
yeah.
When time matters, you want people that have the equipment to set up in a faster manner and use the equipment.
Yeah, that's one thing about the tower that I really like. At FDIC this year, we were playing around, but while we were washing the trucks and cleaning them with the tower, we got it to set up under 30 seconds, and that was a ton of fun. And we posted a video on that. And I just think about something I've always been told is like, there's 2 things firefighters don't like is things to stay the same and then things to change. So It's interesting to hear that you're making these changes to your apparatus configurations and then down to the pump features. What led to that?
Well, I think they looked at the technology. During the COVID crisis, we were unable to get 2-stage. 2-stage pumps have lessened, and so we had to get what was available. At our city, we were down about 7 pumps, and so we were on pickup trucks. And so it made somewhat of a force change, but after we did the research, we're getting one. People found we got rid of a relief valve and went to a pressure governor. That also kind of reduces some of the guesswork and reduces one step.
Yeah.
And so I think it helped for moving over to that. People, once they were on it, like you said, people weren't for it until they put their hands on it and found out like this is a lot simpler. So we're seeing people enjoying the new features and the simplicity that's added on both the items.
Yeah. So are there any key features that you're hoping become consistent for you in the future?
So we hope that like in the layout of the pumps, we would like that. You know, one of the things is when you get on a scene, the more the pumps are the same, it's easier to go get someone to get the equipment off it. And in our city, we may rove people from different stations. And so it helps to have, no matter what pump you go to, you kind of know where certain items are laid out. And just the ability to make more sense. One idea that's changed is we've gone from gas-powered items on tools, now to battery. Well, having batteries is great, but you have to have charging stations for the batteries. And so these ideas with the new technology on the trucks and pumps, you have to bring those in as well for us bring our equipment over. So that's one of our hopes, to kind of make it simpler, more user-friendly, and have the equipment to pair up with the technology.
Can you talk about the features and how that ties into apparatus maintenance and how these features will be serviced and maintenance and how that will change in your department?
So one of the ideas, even going from a single stage to 2-stage, you've reduced one of the impellers, which they say long-term could help with that. The relief valve, it has more of a spring system, which at times, if it's not used or trained on right, it's a problem. Even the foam. Today, we've gone away from the PFAS-free foam, and so that's changed your foam systems. And so that's another, from a safety standpoint, as far as the cancer, all things we're finding PFAS, something that we've tried to make focus on to reduce any of the PFAS items. So for us, long-term, we hope that it'll reduce, the cancer reduce. It'll make it safer for our long-term firefighters. And some things we're using on the maintenance side of it is trying to teach people a routine pattern. We have a pump manual and show them something. There was a recert valve that we kept blowing a hose line off of, and it was a step that we use in our old pumps. The new ones you can't. And so it's things to help our equipment last longer or operated better, less downtime, because we went through a season where we have 24 pumps, and there was a season about half of them would be on an older 90s models or pickup trucks. So this is kind of to try to have people to take care of it, know the pump, know your equipment, and have a routine where everybody's kind of has the same pattern, consistency from that side of it. And work with the fleet so that they can get the parts in. If we have a problem, they can have the parts ordered so we can be ahead of it.
Absolutely. So, from the maintenance side, does your department do any gathering of data or anything like that to understand the trends or service and maintenance needs?
Yes, we have. We track it pretty well as far as to see if it's an issue, and that's how even like picking one of the pumps is being chosen because the pump it's replacing has had multiple issues. So yes, we track that to try to reduce the downtime and times where people are not on old reserve with no AC and these other factors that play out in the summer.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have any recommendations for how firefighters or maintenance techs can work better together to bridge that relationship to lead the department to more success?
I believe if it was like the recert valve was, like I said, the biggest thing that we saw as far as with the new pumps. What was happening is I was part of a pump committee. I did not realize that was going on. I contacted the salesperson to say, hey, all these are doing it. We did a lot of research. It was a training issue. It wasn't a Pierce issue. And so for us, communicating the nuances and the changes, even with us going to a single stage and governor, what we found is there was features that were on a governor that weren't, people were saying the lines were surging. Well, you move to a governor from a two-stage pump, a relief valve, those are going to be the changes. So when you hear a problem, you put an email out where everybody understands like the way to correct it. And so that's kind of training and working with the techs as well. They're kind of telling us, hey, this is a recall. There's an issue on certain items. That way we can, if it's a problem we can fix or get ahead of it before it becomes a problem the next one, we can make some adjustments. So.
Yeah. And from the training side, with all these new changes coming forward, bringing in a tower to your fleet, and with the other features you had shared, what is your approach to that for your firefighters?
So even like one of the features that we like on the trucks is the rear steer. So it helps us maneuverability in Little Rock. Some of the roads are tight, and so that was part of our push to get more maneuverability in these places. The downside of it is you have to learn how to drive them, and so trying to set up training to coincide with the receiving them. And so like now, like I said, the manual we're changing, and also kind of having training, trying to have more training. Even using the scrub area on these new buckets are different than the buckets we've had before.
Sure.
And so some of the safety features, as they are great, create other concerns as far as operationally. So to understand how to override things or not, when not to.
Yeah.
And so trying to give training and instructions and so much. Now what's great is the technology and you can get on watch YouTubes. And so we're trying to encourage people before they start looking at watching videos so they're somewhat understanding of these new features that we're wanting and paying for to be able how to use them.
Absolutely. And once the truck gets home, you'll be able to get everybody in it and driving. I think that'll help a lot.
That's correct. Hopefully.
Yeah. Can you talk about what that relationship is like with Sid and Spartan Emergency Group?
It's been really good. We are fortunate. The actual salesperson is a former Little Rock firefighter. So it's not as over. He understands the process of our particular department. It's been very good to have him to have some insight, I think, for bridging the gap. We were with a different brand prior to going to Pierce, and I think doing the changes, it had been a while since we had Pierce, and so things that were changing, he understood the changes, the struggles we had on our department, and so when we have problems now, it seems he's very involved to get it done because he made sure everybody that way, but he was on for a long time, was an excellent firefighter, and had been on the Apparatus committee prior to retiring.
Can you talk about what fleet planning looks like at your department?
So with us, we're going to try to look at getting a pattern so that there's a long-term plan. We've been successful with the bond, which has helped us to get kind of back in line. So you have to have a long-term replacement plan, which is what our chief is working on now. Try to get a plan and try to figure out what that looks like financially and how to offset all the changes. And even with these pumps, we worked hard to try to reduce any unneeded costs so that we get as most as we can for the money that we were given through the bond. That was something that we worked hard to kind of reduce, like what's needed and what's something that is going to be cost money that we can maybe get another pump with that type of money. And so that's what we try to do.
Are you taking feedback from different areas of your department to make those decisions? Or?
Well, like for us, some of our stations are older. And so one of the concerns was having a pump that would fit in. One station, the way the garage is, you have to meet, you can't use the raised cab. So building those pumps, we wanted a pump to be able to fit in any of them, even the smallest one. And so that created the dimensions were a big part, even how the deck gun sits, because the deck gun hit and ripped out a garage at one point. So all those factors of trying to say we want the pump or truck that'll fit in any of those stations. So that plays a role. And even operation, we were on a top mount that made those pumps longer. So we went back to a side mount, which is what we're on now, new ones. So.
Thank you so much for coming on. We really greatly appreciate your insight and everything you have to share.
Thank you for having me here.